Hi everyone, Josh Silverman from Constantly Calibrating here at Phoenix Comicon talking to Tristan Parrish Moore about Reflections. So first off, how's the event treated you and the whole indie game thing that we have going on here?
Oh, it's been really good. We've been doing a lot of shows recently. Last week we were in Georgia for the MomoCon event. And
okay.
What's kind of crazy is because this is my hometown, but this is actually a bigger event than the one we went to in Georgia.
Yeah.
So we're getting more traffic and more people seeing the game. And actually there's just more stuff overall.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. You go out of town, it's like, oh, this is nice. Then you come back home, and it's like hero's welcome kind of thing almost, in a weird sort of way. So tell me about Reflections.
Okay, so Reflections is a dynamic narrative adventure game where the actions you take affect the outcome of your life. So you play through a series of important moments from the time when you're about to head off to college. Jump ahead, then we show you where your life ended up and your career was going. And then we go all the way to the end of your life and let you see how everything along the way led to your ultimate life and experiences. And so you get kind of a little bit of a taste of each moment, and then it all gets tallied up to produce your ultimate result.
So what's actually like the gameplay of it? What's the interactive aspect that you're taking in this exactly?
Sure. So it's a narrative exploration game. Okay. So it's something in the style of something like Gone Home or Dear Esther, the Stanley Parable, but with the difference that every object that you find in the game has an actual interaction or use. And so, for example, you might be walking through the house and then your girlfriend comes by and you have a conversation with her. Or you see that there's a record player and you find a record and you put the record on. And all of the kind of interactions you have actually flush the environment with color, which is our way of using the visual style to tell people that there's this kind of butterfly effect thing happening. Maybe you fixed your mom's kitchen sink by putting the pipes back in place, and that's something that says something about you as a person that then changes the story out further in the progression.
So you're going pretty deep on it then. You can really go a lot of different routes, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. So Reflections right now, we're on Steam Early Access, so we're still developing. But we have 5 different progression paths in Act 2 and 13 different endings with a lot of variations between them. Okay. So they not only do you have that number of specific core paths, but you also have a lot of changes to each of those that can come into play. So, for example, if you were packing in Act 1 and you took a picture of your girlfriend with you, then you'll have that picture on your mantle 10 years later when you jump ahead in time. Because it's something that's still important to you in some way. Okay,
so, okay, cool. Now, I saw in there you're doing some stuff with eye tracking as well. So, what's that about?
So, Reflections supports a number of new technologies. So one of them is Tobii eye tracking, which is actually an eye tracking hardware that you can buy off the shelf that you can use to actually control game mechanics by looking at the screen. So it's just kind of a simple infrared camera. It's $139, but if you go to reflectionsgame.com, you can get it for $99. And basically, the whole experience is you can interact with things by looking rather than having to move a mouse to interact with them. It's kind of cool.
And how fine of a tracking are we talking about here? You can really just look and interact?
Yeah, so the tracking is really accurate to about an inch, and it can be a little bit more accurate than that, but that's the kind of the guaranteed accuracy. Okay. And so what's cool is when we watch people play and they're reading text, we can actually see them reading the entire thing word by word. And it's also a little awkward because if you're looking at the wrong place on a character, you might actually reveal yourself because it's that accurate.
So it's a kind of a game that might teach you a little bit, teach others a little bit about you if they're watching you play.
Yeah, but also yourself.
Also yourself. Well, I could see that some interesting chat things if people stream it on Twitch. People are like, okay, I can see you. We see you looking at that.
Exactly.
Or wow, you are a slow reader. You're going word by word by word. Well, it seems like there's a lot of fun that people can have with it and exploring in it. So. Where can people find the game? And take 2. Where can people find the game?
So Reflections is on Steam Early Access right now for PC, Mac, and Linux. So you can go on Steam and search for Reflections, and you can find it today. You can also go to our website, reflectionsgame.com, and we have all the links there. Now we're hoping to release the game fully at the end of the year, but right now it's $9.99, and it will be $19.99 when it fully releases. So you get the whole game, including every update, if you get it now.
So buy in now, yeah. That's okay. Good way of doing it. I think about covers everything. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. Again, my name is Josh Silverman, constantlycalibrating.com. You know all the other places to find us. I bid you good sign-off.